For Houston, obviously, Yao Ming, they have to pound the Lakers inside. They don't offer a lot of resistance up front. Yao had a big game against them the first time they met. And for the Lakers, you have to get the ball in Lamar Odom's hands and let him be more of a creator. Too often, he's caught watching the action. He's a special 6'10" guy that can create. Let him do it.
Lamar Odom averaging almost 14.5 points a game. Second in scoring on the Lakers to Kobe Bryant, who is second in the league at 28.6. Joe Crawford will throw it up. Mark Davis and Derek Stafford, the other two officials. The Lakers controlling the tip. L.A. having won the first meeting this year in Houston. And that was quite an emotional return, I'm sure, for Rudy Tomjanovich. And then to have his club respond with a victory that night was really remarkable. Kobe Bryant missing a tough shot to open up.
Now you see David Wesley starts out on Kobe. Jeff Van Gundy said he does not want to cross match in transition. They're going to start off with Wesley and possibly change up later on.
Here's Yao Ming. Knocked away by Mim, and in doing so, Chris Mim picks up a personal foul. Starting lineups tonight for the Rockets, you see Sura and Wesley at the guards, Yao in the middle, McGrady and Howard at the forwards. The Lakers have Bryant and Atkins in the backcourt, Mim in the middle. That's Caron Butler and Odom at the forwards, and Yao Ming on the free throw line for Houston.
And I tell you, Yao Ming obviously he's going to get a lot of touches early in this game. That's a priority for the Rockets every night, but especially so when you play a team that doesn't have a lot of bulk up front. Chris Mims, a nice defensive player, does not have the size to contend with Yao Ming. I expect them to go into him early and often.
So Yao Ming getting the Rockets on top. Jeff Van Gundy's club has won 6 of its last 10. It lost the other night at home to Phoenix, and that ended a stretch in which Houston had played 14 out of 18 games at home. Off the ball, Joe Crawford making a call. The foul is on Bob Sura.
You know, I couldn't help but look at Jeff Van Gundy before the game. I've never seen a guy with more bloodshot eyes. He looked like he hadn't slept in 3 days.
He's an NBA coach.
He's the Joe Gibbs of the NBA.
Look at Mike Fratello. Remember, he looked great when he was an announcer, right? Now he's with Memphis, and the first time we saw him after he took that job, he already had the bloodshot eyes. Yao Ming works on Mim. Rebounded by Bryant. In deep to Mim. It's going to be a tough shot for Mim all night, trying to score over the 7'6" Yao Ming. Chucky Atkins buries 2.
What's interesting is, to me, the Rockets have gone into Yao twice, but he's taken 2 fadeaway jump shots. I'd like to see Yao going with his body momentum toward the rim. That's when he's a much tougher player to defend.
Bob Sura at the point for Houston. A job that he has done gamefully for the Rockets. Remember, he's coming off back surgery. Here's Tracy McGrady off the turnaround. So McGrady has his first 2. Odom against Howard. Trying to dish underneath, and a foul called. It'll be sidelined out of bounds.
Yeah, and Rudy Tomjanovich before the game talking about it's a priority for them to get Lamar Odom more involved in the offense. Put the ball in his hands, let him create. I think they're going to try to do that early in this game as well. Take advantage of the mismatch against Juwan Howard and his quickness.
There was no foul called. It was out of bounds behind the rim, and the rebound collected by Wesley. Rockets the ball, leading by 2 early, and Wesley got bumped on the move. The foul is on Mim. First foul on Mim, 2 team fouls on the Lakers.
Smart play by David Wesley. When you come off that pick and roll and the big guy jumps out and you can get even with him, go ahead and put it down, try to blow by him, get some contact, force him to move his feet, drew the foul that time on Mim.
McGrady comes up shooting. Yao had a hand on it, then comes out for the pickup. Good play by Yao Ming. Gives the Rockets another possession. Houston is the worst team in the league statistically in offensive rebounding, and the Lakers are the best defensive rebounding. There's Mim taking one down. Chucky Atkins. They post Bryant against Wesley. Bryant slips away from the double team for a spectacular move.
Well, that's going to be a problem for the Rockets all night. If you allow Kobe Bryant to catch the ball that deep against David Wesley, they're in big trouble. They're going to have to come and force him out off the paint and get a double team on that play.
Sura sets for three. The rebound comes long, and the Lakers are coming in transition. Ron Butler guarded by McGrady. Kobe Bryant now posting high and shoots over Sura. Howard clears the outlet, knocked away by Bryant. Out of bounds to Houston.
You know, Jim, you mentioned what a poor offensive rebounding team the Rockets are. A big part of that is because their two best rebounders really are going to be McGrady and Yao. Both of those guys shoot a lot of jump shots, so they're not really in a position to offensive rebound.
Juwan Howard with 4 rebounds already for Houston. Here's a steal. Near steal by Butler. He knocked it out of bounds near midcourt. It didn't change possession, so 11 on the shot clock. Tracy McGrady to make the inbounds pass for the Rockets. Houston comes in tonight 5-8 on the road. The Rockets are at the 500 mark, 16-16. The Lakers 2 games over, 16-14. 3 to shoot. And Bryant hits from deep. It's a deep 2 for Kobe Bryant. I'm sorry, a deep 2 for Tracy McGrady. With 8 minutes left in the opening quarter, Odom got blindsided, and Wesley knocked it out of bounds.
I definitely see Lamar Odom trying to be more aggressive tonight at the start of the game. I think he feels he's got an advantage against Juwan Howard in terms of foot speed and ball handling ability, and they're trying to get in his hands. He just hasn't made it happen yet.
Bryant hangs a tough shot up there, and the rebound collected by Yao. That last basket by McGrady was a 3. Wesley with a fake. Kicks back to Yao, who's left open. Kobe clears for the Lakers. Chucky Atkins. Mim gets a touch and shoots over Yao. McGrady, the Houston rebound.
Both of the big guys playing into the other guy's hands by shooting jump shot. There you go. Go at the rim, big fella.
Nothing doing that time, and Odom with a rebound. A 3-on-2 deal for the Lakers. And Odom is fouled in the act of shooting. McGrady called for the foul. Sometimes he's so good that
a tragedy that happened over there, and I think for myself and Kobe as well, we came up with a friendly competition within ourselves tonight to donate $1,000 for each point that we score, and we're going to donate that over in South Asia.
Just doing the right thing. You know, we're in a position where we can help out, and you know, we've been blessed. We've been blessed to be able to play the game of basketball, and when something like this occurs, you can't help but to feel like you need to do something and take part in doing something, and that's what we're all doing. And hopefully by doing this, we can spread the message and spread the word for other people to help out as much as they can.
Well, so far, Tracy McGrady has $3,000 headed to the UNICEF Tsunami Relief Fund. Kobe Bryant has $4,000.
It's such a great thing when you see two guys that are as competitive as Tracy and Kobe. You know they're going to be going at it, but yet at the same time, they understand what the big picture is. It puts a lot of things in perspective, and they're doing something wonderful that, like Tracy McGrady said, is much needed, and it's great to see the NBA players taking it upon themselves to help out.
As Kobe Bryant delivers. Kobe's got 7.
And you see, he's had Tracy McGrady on him 3 times now, and all 3 times he has aggressively tried to take him as soon as he got the ball to make him work defensively.
John Barry. Everybody picking up their shooting now for Houston.
Finally gets a shot with the horns not going off and people falling all over the place. Nice little wide open look, and he can make that shot.
Ryan Cook finding Bryant in the post. Kobe trying to work away from the double team. Tierre Brown. Tierre Brown is heard from for the first time tonight. McGrady against Bryant, and there's an offensive foul on Houston.
Kobe Bryant, you see right here, taking advantage, getting to the middle, using the elevation. Believe me, when he sees Tracy McGrady on him, his eyes are going to light up. He always feels like he has something to prove.
Last night, NBA history, Richard Hamilton, first time ever a player led his team in scoring with no made field goals. He was 0 for 10, but 14 for 14 from the line. Tonight, he made 10 field goals, 10 of 18, led Detroit again with 25 points. Pistons won in Boston, 110 to 104. We send you back to L.A. and JD with a reminder that Minnesota won on ESPN2 tonight by 5, and the Hot Bulls have won 8 of their last 11, and as you see, 9 of their last 13. Former Bulls voice, Jim Durham with Tim Legler.
Ah, yes, break up the Bulls. There's Magic Johnson, the former Lakers star. Magic has earned his way into the Walk of Fame.
He sure has. That guy is the Los Angeles Lakers.
And you can't say that they don't know Jack in L.A.
No, absolutely. A staple. And he's out tonight to see
in the
Tracy and Kobe going at it.
And they, in this second quarter, they have been matched up against one another primarily. So the Lakers on top by 11. Here they are. Bryant against McGrady. Taylor the rebound. At the other end, it's Jermaine Jones guarding McGrady. And a foul called on Jermaine Jones. That's his first. You know, one thing the Lakers do not have is you see Yao Ming return. They don't have that Shaq attack anymore.
No, but you know, Jim, who does?
Miami.
That's right. That's it. If Shaq's not here and he's in Miami, that's the only place that has a Shaq attack. I mean, they do what they can, but it's a totally different system now that they're going to try to run. They're not going to get as many touches, obviously, and they're not going to be a dominating force on the boards or defensively.
Barry missed on the 3, and Odom rakes it down. On the run, Grant, and a goaltend on the block by Yao Ming.
Well, there's a block shot for you. The only problem was it already hit the glass. So that's not going to count. So he's still looking for that 1.7 that he gets every night.
This 13-point lead equals the largest. Here's Barry. Misfires on a 3 again, and Odom the rebound. All the way for Lamar Odom.
And that's a classic example right there in transition defense of Yao Ming not being aware. Lamar Odom runs right up his back and finishes with a dunk. Yao Ming never saw the ball, even though he was all the way back under the rim for a good 2 or 3 seconds. Odom right there taking off the glass, going coast to coast. Reminds me so much of what he did last year in Miami when he was an all-star player.
And the Lakers really after it defensively as Yao Ming shoots over Grant, and Odom has another rebound.
I should say all-star caliber player. I think Lamar made it to the all-star game, but in my opinion, he should have been there.
Kobe, it's a 3. Kobe Bryant has given the Lakers an 18-point lead. And a foul called on Grant defending in the post against Yao Ming. First foul on Grant.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant really good at using that off arm. You see right there, nice little push off with the offhand crossover, steps back into the 3. Very difficult shot because now you have to get your balance going forward again to make that shot. Usually that shot will come up front rim. Kobe Bryant got great elevation there, made the shot, and Tracy McGrady gave Joey Crawford an earful all the way down the court about the offhand pushing him off to create that space. But that's something Tracy McGrady does pretty well himself.
And Tracy's hoping that they will allow him to do that. That's why he mentioned it. Jermaine Jones, the rebound. You know, we talked about the Lakers and what a great defensive rebounding team they are. A foul at the rim. Grant will be on the line. And the Lakers are really showing it here in this second quarter. I mean, it's one shot, and that's it for the Rockets.
Well, you know, one thing about the Rockets that the Lakers know, if you allow them to set up and play half-court defense, they're one of the best in the league. They're going to contest shots. They're going to make you shoot a low percentage. So instead, they're pushing it. This is a great look by Kobe Bryant. Again, Bryant Grant just beating Yao Ming down the floor.
Wesley trying to defend against Bryant. And it's a foul off the Kobe drive Wesley called for the foul. Kobe Bryant on the line.
I'm telling you, Kobe Bryant takes a lot of criticism about, does he involve his teammates and does he incorporate, does he make guys better? But I'm going to tell you something. When this guy puts his mind to scoring, nobody in the NBA can do it like Kobe Bryant, with maybe the exception of Allen Iverson. Those two guys are on a different level in terms of being anybody one-on-one, being able to guard them. He's so explosive and athletic. He can shoot the jumper, cross guys up, whatever he has to do. He's got the entire package, and he's a special offensive player.
As you see there, he leads the league in turnovers, but tonight, 0 for Bryant to this point. And now Tracy McGrady is back on for Houston.
And, he not only leads the league, but I believe that would be the highest turnovers for one player ever since they started recording turnovers about 28 years ago. So that's a number, obviously, he needs to bring down. But part of that comes with the fact that he feels like he needs to create so much for everybody else. You're going to end up with some plays like that.
And the Lakers have just 1 turnover so far tonight. So they have responded with a well-played game to this point after 2 blowouts in Texas against San Antonio and Dallas earlier in the week. Taylor lost it off the dribble, recovers, the shot clock at 1, and Sura connects, and it looked like, Tim, he was behind the backboard.
Yeah, that's a tough shot, obviously. Anytime right now a guard is knocking down a shot, Rockets are feeling pretty good because they haven't really shot the ball that well from the perimeter, their guards, other than McGrady this year.
Bryant from the outside, and off the glass, Kobe Bryant scores over Wesley. Wesley to Yao right at the rim. The first field goal for Yao Ming tonight. He's 1 for 6 from the field now. Same play. Same result. 2 banks for Kobe. Sura reposting. Yao brought it down. A foul called on the Lakers.
We just saw a tilt promo. Now, check this out in L.A. Hotel Figueroa. Tilt. Coming to ESPN. You got to love that Thursday night, Jim. You're going to be tuned in, aren't you?
Thursday night.
Absolutely. I know you will be. Joey Crawford probably watching, too.
I've got a game. I'm sorry. I'm going to miss that one.
All right, you have to TiVo that one.
I'll be right here. Cleveland and the Lakers.
Well, you know what? I'll watch it, and I'll tell you all about it.
Radio, ladies and gentlemen. Nice feed by Atkins to Mim. Taylor. Yao Ming wrestled it away. Now he's starting to use his size around the rim.
What a great pass by Chucky Atkins. Looks the defender off and throws it up. And one thing Chris Mim really can do, he can run the floor, and he's very athletic. Gets off the ground real well, and Chucky Atkins found him that time. And I hate to harp on it, but once again, Yao Ming kind of trailing the play defensively in transition. But at least now he's getting involved offensively, so he's giving him something, giving him a reason to say, hey, keep me in the game. I'm doing something now productive, because he wasn't for the first 18 minutes of his game.
His club is down by 18 with 3:47 left. First half here at the Staples Center. Kobe Bryant blowing to the hoop, and he scores on Yao and draws the foul. Kobe has really dropped a load on the Rockets here in the second quarter. 12 in this quarter.
And I tell you what, like I said, he is so quick with that first step. Look at his first dribble. He's already by McGrady, and Yao Ming has got to meet Kobe Bryant outside the paint. You cannot meet a guy as athletic as Kobe Bryant at the rim, because all he's going to do is exactly what he did. He's going to get that shoulder into your chest and move the ball around, manipulate it so you can't get a piece of it. You've got to meet him outside the paint. He is just too athletic to meet him at the rim. You're going to end up giving up a three-point play.
And McGrady was effective early in the half. He scored just 9 points in the first half to Bryant's 18. And this for McGrady, no field goals since late in the first quarter, and this coming off an 0 for 12 stretch on Wednesday against Phoenix. the other night, whereas Kobe, Tim Legler, shot the ball very well.
And the thing I love about this, when I look at this shot chart, immediately jumps out at you. Only one three-point attempt. I like when Kobe Bryant plays this way. He's only a 32% three-point shooter, and he takes 6 a game. So he's only taking 1. That tells me he's being more efficient. He's being patient. He understands that David Wesley can't play him in the short post or in the ISO situations, or McGrady for that matter. He's going at the basket, and he has no turnovers, which is a big stat for Kobe Bryant.
And the other thing that was a factor was Lamar Odom totally outplayed everybody on the.
He's a special guy. I mean, last year only a handful of guys are those 20 and 10 type players. Lamar Odom is a 20 and 10 caliber player. I mean, I'm talking 20 points and 10 rebounds, obviously. Tonight, we're seeing what he's capable of. Getting that ball off the glass, take it up yourself, create. He understands the mismatches he has. He has been the energizer along with Kobe Bryant. That's why this game right now is a blowout.
Energy, or a lack thereof, troubling Houston, and McGrady trying to give him something. Got turned away, and then it is Howard, Juwan Howard on the follow.
Well, you can see that Tracy McGrady came out of the second half, was determined he's going to get to the rim and be more aggressive, try to jumpstart this team.
58% shooting for the Lakers in the first half to 33 for the Rockets. Kobe against T-Mac, and the ball tipped outside to Wesley. Howard left open. So Howard with the first 2 hoops in the second half.
Juwan Howard, I mean, my teammate for Washington in 4 years, and he made a living off of elbow jump shots. He's one of the best shooting power forwards at that range in the entire NBA. When he can get that one, he's going to make that most times.
Odom against Yao. Now you see it, now you don't. Lamar Odom in double figures in points now. And a foul call off the Wesley drive. He'll get to the line, but a little more offensive aggression from the Rockets, Tim, in the early part of the third.
You're right, Jim. You definitely see a sense of urgency, but take a look at Lamar Odom. I mean, this is just clever with the ball. Yao Ming really can't contend with that down in the low post. Lamar's just a little bit too athletic for him, a little bit too quick-footed for Yao Ming to keep up. I really think if the Rockets want to have a chance in this game, they're going to have to play small. Get Maurice Taylor in to play 5 with Juwan Howard, get these guards out there and get this thing into a little more of an up-tempo game so Houston can have more possessions, because it takes them a long time to make up a 21-point deficit. Even with Tracy McGrady, you're going to have to play small, I think, because Yao Ming right now is at a distinct disadvantage on both ends of the floor.
Well, they're a +4 so far in the third. Kobe Bryant got away with a walk. He either had a late whistle or we had to walk elsewhere. You want to see Yao and Kobe take the floor for the 2005 All-Star Game in Denver? Go to the All-Star ballot on NBA.com and cast your vote. McGrady. Oh, nice feed into Yao.
I love that. I don't see enough.
McGrady against Bryant. Juwan Howard red hot in the third quarter with a miss, but Sura recaptures. Yao, yep, and a foul.
All about positioning with Yao Ming. If the guy catches the ball off the block 9 times out of 10, he's going to shoot a fadeaway jump shot. You take a look here. He steps in, flashes to the paint. Now, Chris Mihm, you cannot get face cut like that. He allowed Yao Ming to flash right in front of him. But when he catches it there, he knows what to do with it. He can finish, and strength's not so much of a factor.
That foul was on Mihm. He's got 3 two-team fouls on the Lakers. A 14-point lead now for LA. We've played 3 minutes here in the third. Caron Butler in the post-up. Butler with 15 points tonight. Sura runs the show for Houston. McGrady dances around the Yao pick. Tracy McGrady finally heard from since the first quarter.
Well, that's 3 straight pick and rolls with Tracy and Yao and 3 straight buckets. They need to keep milking that because the Lakers have to figure out how to defend it. In the NBA, you can keep going with something until they show you they can stop it.
Kobe setting up Butler, and Yao with the rebound. Now a hoop makes it an 11-point game, or the Rockets can cut it to 10 with a long one. McGrady opts for the long one. Mihm the rebound. Boy, Tracy was dancing over there. He was wide open. He wanted that.
Yeah, he sure did. He could sense right there, momentum changer right there. Hits that three.
Oh, what a Bryant, but Mim is there to finish it off. 2 hoops tonight for Chris Mim. The Lakers lead back to 15.
See if they go back to the pick and roll situation. I don't see why not. It's 3 for 3. Here we go. Let's run it again until they learn how to stop it.
McGrady tries to split the double team. A kick ball by the Lakers.
And the thing is, with the pick and roll, they've done it 3 different ways, really. Here you see Tracy McGrady coming off this pick and roll, and instead he goes back the opposite way because he realized that Chris Mim jumped out and over-committed to him coming to the middle, so he just took it back to the wing, pulled up, shot a nice jump shot. Play before that, hit down the middle for a 3-point play, so they're going to it, and it's working.
10 on the shot clock for Yao Ming. Kobe Bryant, the flat-footed rebound. 7:30 left for the third. Kobe doubled up. That leaves Odom open for 3. Lamar Odom bags his first 3-pointer tonight.
Tracy McGrady with a grimace because he knows he got there late. That was his rotation. Did not get there in time to contest that shot by Lamar Odom.
He can make up for it there, and he does.
And he's one of the best in the league at getting you back. I'll tell you that right now.
L.A. by 16 this trip. The pass to Bryant, deflected out. Oh, off Bryant it appeared. But
yeah, I think they missed that one. David Wesley touched that, but then I think Kobe Bryant caught it with his fingertip after Wesley hit that. Lakers very fortunate.
Chris Mim. Bryant against McGrady. 7 to shoot. Kobe sends the pass outside. It's into Mim for the turnaround, and in the process, a foul on Yao Ming, apparently. Yao has 3. They call that foul on McGrady. That's his second.
What about Kobe Bryant averages almost 5 turnovers a game? That was a good example right there.
Mim will shoot another. ABC Saturday tomorrow. The Knicks and the Cavaliers, or the Nuggets and the Spurs at 1:30 Eastern. NBA TV Saturday. The Nets at Orlando at 7 Eastern. TNT Thursday. New Jersey at Houston. And the Cavaliers here against the Lakers. It all starts at 8 o'clock Eastern.
Kobe puts such relentless pressure on you all the time. Sometimes he gets caught up in the air. That last possession, he was fortunate to find Chucky Atkins in the corner.
Yao right at the rim. 13 points for Yao Ming, 6 in this quarter.
It's a simple adjustment, but it's huge. They're getting Yao Ming now out on the floor first and getting him with movement going toward the rim. Much harder to get a body on him. That's the one thing he doesn't like. Now his mobility and athleticism can come into play.
The Laker lead, which was 24 at the half, is 16 now. The Rockets close to within 13 earlier in the third. Odom with 1 on the shot clock. They turn it over. McGrady with a pull-up 3. Tracy McGrady, and of course, that's the weapon he used in that 33-second burst against San Antonio when he scored 13 points.
And he is feeling it right now. He can't wait to get his hands back in the ball. If he's not scoring, he's creating for somebody every time down the floor. Productive possession.
And he picks up a foul here defending against Bryant.
Take a look. Tracy McGrady has the entire package. So far in this quarter, really been more of a playmaker. Again, pick and roll to Yao. Hit him with movement, with the flush. And now, in transition, everybody knows Tracy McGrady, one of the best in the league, at coming out of the backcourt with a live dribble and raising up with that elevation and great range.
McGrady has picked up his 3rd foul, however. Kobe double-teamed. Around the horn, they work it. Now Butler trying to attack with 2 to shoot. Odom for 3. Surra the rebound. And again, the Rockets with a chance to cut it to 10 as McGrady hits from 3.
Bryant still elevates and makes something out of nothing.
Surra, Yao, and Bryant the rebound. Underneath to Brian Grant and a reach-in foul on Surra.
Houston really played this possession well. First, on the other side of the floor, Yao Ming showed twice takeaway shooting opportunities from Kobe. Dribbles all the way under the basket to the other wing and then makes that shot with McGrady hanging all over.
We talked about the Rockets perhaps going small. Well, Yao goes out, and Taylor is in to replace him.
This is critical right here. They have to match right now the Lakers' quickness.
Brian Cook heard from for the first time tonight.
And Yao Ming was really sucking wind right there before the end of that quarter, the end of the third quarter. So they're going to give him a blow right now. He probably only sit for a few minutes because he really has played well this half. They got to get him back in, get some touches.
David Wesley from the outside. Brian Grant, the LA rebound.
They really could use Wesley to heat up right now. He's getting great looks. Like I said, he just hasn't found his rhythm really since he's been in Houston, but he can heat up at any time. He's that kind of a streak shooter.
The Rockets can ill afford to lose contact with the Lakers, and Kobe Bryant, another in the lineup. Jeff Van Gundy opting to put the big man back out there with 8:17 left. Barry splits the free throws, and the ball is out of bounds to Houston.
Rudy T's coming apart over there. I mean, his shirt's coming out. He's slipping. He's leaving the building. He understands they've lost 2 in a row. This is a big game for them.
Well, and especially big for Rudy because no matter how much he says that it's just another game, it is against the Rockets. And everyone thought Rudy T would be a Rocket for life. Yao draws the foul, and it's called on Mim. 5 fouls on Mim. Rudy Tomjanovich, 34 years in the Rockets organization as a player, as a scout, as a coach. Coached the Rockets to their only NBA championships in '94 and '95. And reluctantly took the job.
Exactly.
You know, he didn't think when they were going to choose him as the coach. He thought Carroll Dawson and Rudy T were the assistant coaches at the time. He just figured that Carroll Dawson would get the head coaching job, and when they went in for the meeting, they came out, Rudy was the coach.
He was the coach, and I think at some point along the line, he probably talked Michael Jordan into trying to play baseball. Because thanks to that, he got a couple of rings.
That would have been something had Michael Jordan not retired, and the Rockets would have played the Bulls those 2 years.
Oh, that would have been special. Hakeem and Jordan, that would have been awesome.
Kobe Bryant, Brian Grant, and Sura with the rebound. McGrady. Yao Ming over Grant.
Great move. That's just a great.
Sura the rebound. Up ahead to McGrady, and Tracy McGrady has the Rockets within 8.
Great look ahead by Bobby Sura right there. That's a risky pass, but you know, you have to take chances of opportunities in transition when they're there, and he did that. Hit McGrady for an easy one.
24 points for McGrady. Bryant in heavy defensive traffic, and a foul called on Houston. Foul is on John Barry.
Tracy McGrady understands that here they have numbers. He's going to get out. He's kind of cruise, but then he sprints Bobby Sura, transition. One thing Bobby Sura is really good at, advancing the basketball, finds people, a creator.
Here we go again. Bryant against McGrady. Kobe with a spectacular jam.
My goodness, he answers emphatically.
Yao Ming against Grant. Sura for 3. And the Lakers have possession with a 10-point lead. And it's Grant who gets ahead of the defense. But Yao Ming is called for the foul.
There's only a couple guys in the league that can do this. Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, LeBron James pretty much stops there. That's unbelievable right there, considering the circumstances. Beats McGrady, and, you know, Tracy's counting on some backline help. If you get there late on Kobe, you end up on SportsCenter.
Or on a poster. Kobe Bryant turns it over. He's claiming that the Rockets last touched it, and Derek Stafford is going to agree with him and perhaps overrule Mark Davis's call. That's what happens. It's 10 on the shot clock for the Lakers. Butler. Grant. Now Bryant against McGrady. Yao comes over the double team. Stolen by Sura. Sura trying to beat the pack the other way.
Great body control by Bobby Sura to finish that play. Lamar Odom tried to run him down, and all you want to do in that situation is make a guy alter his shot. Lamar Odom did it, but Bobby Sura just made an incredible shot, put some English on it, and got the friendly bounce, cutting it to 8.
Atkins leaves it for Odom. Odom against Taylor, 8 on the shot clock. Odom sends it out to Grant. Atkins lets the defense fly by and puts it right down the pipe.
Great ball movement by the Lakers. Saw the double team, worked it around, found the open guy. Chucky Atkins takes good advantage of the head fake to get the shot he wants, a 15-footer. You don't want to launch threes at this time of the game.
McGrady to Taylor. Mo Taylor from the outside. Maurice Taylor with a 7-point game tonight. Again, Houston within 8, but they've been unable to cut it down to less than that, even though they've had possession a few times, trailing by 8. Atkins. Odom explodes to the hoop, scores on Yao, and a foul called on Yao Ming. 5 fouls on Yao.
You're asking Yao Ming an awful lot when you're asking him to be in a help situation and have to rotate out to a guy like Odom, who can not only make threes, but then when you run at him, can put it on the floor and create offense for himself. And Yao Ming gets there a little bit late. Blows by Mo Taylor. Yao late to get there, gives up the 3-point play. The thing Yao Ming has to understand, one thing that can't happen in that situation, that can't be a 3-point play. You have to take a hard foul right there, put the guy in the line for 2 shots.
McGrady. Sura. Oh, found Yao right at the cup. This entire second half, Yao Ming has made himself available at the rim with great results from Houston. 3 minutes left. Still an 8-point Lakers lead. But when you've got Tracy McGrady, you only got to stay within 12 with 35 seconds left. Kobe Bryant heating up down the stretch.
Kobe Bryant's trying to make sure they're not going to be within 12 with 35 seconds. Not take any chances on Tracy McGrady putting together another highlight reel.
Barry. Yao with a follow, and a foul called. Yao Ming to shoot 2. A timeout taken.
And Kobe Bryant just answering bucket after bucket. Everything the Rockets throw at him, Kobe Bryant comes down and does something sensational, trying to keep the Lakers with that 10-point lead. Work to hopefully wear him out, but Kobe Bryant really has been the guy that's made the bigger plays here in the fourth quarter when he's had an opportunity. And this one right here might be the one that eventually will seal the deal and help hold off the Rockets here late.
McGrady with 24 points, Kobe Bryant with 27. And that would mean that 24,000 and 27,000 headed to the UNICEF Tsunami Relief Fund. But of course, they've got plenty of time to add to that total. Yao Ming on the line. Six times tonight, the Rockets have cut the lead to 8.
And you look at what we're talking about before the game. Tracy and Kobe have almost washed each other out statistically. Yao Ming has come out with a vengeance in the second half. So really, you look at he and Lamar Odom, and Yao's at 23 points, 5 boards. Odom with 17 and 12. So those guys have pretty much washed each other out. So where's this deficit come from? To me, it's the inability of the Rockets guards to make open shots. Both David Wesley and John Barry, between the 2 of them, 2 for 14, most of those open jumpers. If they could make some of those and take some of the pressure off McGrady, this game right now would probably be deadlocked.
Back to an 8-point lead. Odom kicks for Bryant. The Rockets fight over the screen and take the ball out of Kobe's hands. So that means Butler, and Butler is fouled on the way to the rim. Is it on Yao?
I think it was.
That's 6.
Yes.
Yao Ming is fouled out.
The thing about Yao Ming, and this is something that I think they really need to work with him. He is always a half a count behind defensively when he comes to help. And he ends up catching guys at the rim. In the NBA, if you let someone get off their feet and they're in the air trying to attack that rim, and then you try to get there, it's too late. These guys are too athletic, they're too big and strong. Yao Ming needs to get there earlier, especially now with the defensive rules relaxed, so you can pretty much be under the rim waiting ahead of time. There's no reason why he isn't meeting these guys outside the lane. That's how most of his fouls occur. He's just getting there too late. I'd say at least 4 out of the 6 fouls tonight, that's exactly what happened. And now you lose a huge offensive weapon for the last 2:14 of this game.
See, I say that's because this game, and why I say this game, the NBA game, has a rhythm to it. And this is something that, he didn't come with to this country or this league, and perhaps he'll get the feel of the rhythm to this game as he gets older, becomes an older player.
I really feel like his biggest improvement yet to come is going to be on that end of the floor. I don't know how much better Yao Ming's ever going to be offensively, because I don't know if he has the aggressive mentality to ever dominate someone. But defensively, he can show vast improvement just in his ability to alter shots and block shots by getting there sooner. And McGrady says, you know what, this thing's not over. Don't go home yet. I've done this before.
Oh, yes, he has. And who knows, between now and Sports Center, he may do it again. 1:55 left. Odom. Cleared by Taylor. Juwan Howard ahead to Wesley. You know they got to be looking for T-Mac. Sura. 12 to shoot. Taylor against Grant. A foul on Grant puts Taylor on the line. Pressure by Houston. Caron Butler. Wesley defending on him. Chucky Atkins guarded by Sura. 10 to shoot. Kobe Bryant takes it in, comes back out to Odom, who lines up a 3. A huge hit for the Lakers.
That could be the dagger right there. And I tell you what, the Lakers have not won a game all year long when they've given up 100 points. And the Rockets just got to that level. So I think we're going to see a first here tonight at the Staples Center.
Most of the crowd of 18,997 think it's over. They're in the aisles, headed for home in Los Angeles. And Rudy T likes what he sees right now. From the left, good! With 1.7, Houston has taken the lead. The Rockets have won it. Well, Tim Legler, you were at that game, and I know I was there.
I was there as a fan that night, and boy, what a finish to that game. I was ready to leave, too. A lot of people left at the 2-minute mark, and Tracy McGrady showed us why we should never do that.
The Rockets have it in play. They're in a must-score situation every possession. Taylor gets them 2 that time. But they're also in a must-stop situation every time they go back on defense. 53 seconds left. Taylor comes out and takes the foul on Odom. 56% shooting for the Lakers for the game. The Rockets at 46%. They've outscored LA in the paint. And a slight edge to the Lakers in fast break points.
And when you see that the Rockets, were 34% at the half. I mean, they've been on fire in the second half. The problem for them is they haven't gotten the stops at the key junctures when they needed them to really give themselves a chance to make the Lakers feel some pressure the last minute or so. Every time the Rockets get it down to 6 or 8, a big shot by Kobe, a big 3 by Lamar Odom, a big bucket by Chucky Atkins. Lakers have answered every time.
But Odom is not a good free throw shooter. 68% on the season. Tonight, 2 for 4. 49.7 left. The plot thickens. Here comes McGrady with 45 seconds left. It's Sura for 3. Caron Butler clears for LA, and a foul on West. Sura off the glass, keeping the Rockets' hopes alive. A 7-point game with 30 seconds left. And the Lakers taking the time off the clock. 13 to shoot. About 6 difference. Chucky Atkins against Wesley. 5 on the shot clock. Atkins all the way in. Serra the rebound with 7 seconds left. McGrady for 3. And the ball tipped out with 7/10 of a second left. Rudy Tomjanovich will now be 2-0 against his former Rockets team as he won in Houston back in November, and he wins here tonight in the Staples Center by 7, as it turned out, after leading by 24 at the half. The Rockets just came roaring back on them. In fact, came back twice. They came back later from an 18-point deficit, but Houston comes up short. Look what the